All right, I am coming up on the end of my yeah, coming up on the end of this particular. Shut up, for you. Of this, why is it clipping? This particular uh, leg of my journey. It's been like 450 jumps, and now I am down to three jumps. So I thought I'd record it and also record how much data I sell. I lost a lot of bio insights data at one point. About three-quarters of my way through the journey, I lost probably like $3 billion worth in bio data. Tragic. I probably regained like 1 billion. I'm also just really interested to see how many pages of data I have when it comes to selling all different star systems where I documented new bodies that had never been visited before. But I noticed,
Body A7. Neon atmospheric landable.
looks neat. I often have to like go sell my data multiple times for it to actually get all the data. I don't know why it's like that. But I look forward to seeing how many times I have to do it before I run out of stuff to sell.
Body A4. Neon rich atmospheric landable.
So many. It's interesting. I mean, I don't know who is running the carrier that I'm heading to, and boy, I hope they're still letting people join or land on it. And I hope they have some. I hope they have everything I want in terms of unloading data. But I noticed that I'm within like three jumps, and yet these are unexplored systems. Um, so I don't think there's like a big population of people around this carrier that I'm heading to. I think it's just when I coincidentally happened to have stored a ship on it a while ago, and now I can see it on the map because I can see where my ship is as an icon. Which, by the way, I highly recommend storing some random cheap ships on carriers like that. So there was no interesting bio there. Gosh, I hope the carrier's really there. I hope I'm not somehow misled. Like I don't actually understand the math or something. That could be the case.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's all. Those aren't all stars. I guess I forgot that for a second.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
Wow, getting closer.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Just a little bit.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jumps. Better be prepared to be disappointed. Like it's a carrier that no longer lets you land on it or something like that. That would be brutal.
4, 3,
Can happen though.
acknowledge.
I feel like if you have a carrier way out in deep space that you really ought to just let anyone that comes by land on it. And hopefully you have stuff like histogenetics, and et cetera, et al.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, seriously, has anyone ever been here though? No, and so that's weird because I'm one jump away from where a carrier has been parked for weeks, and no one's visited the star system. Look how lonely it is out here, man. There's like no stars. Imagine that like clouds over there. Better be prepared to be disappointed. So if this doesn't work out, it's not too far to the DSSA carrier. It is pretty far. I mean, it's like going to be like another 50% of what I just traveled.
Body 5. Neon atmospheric landable with life.
Not particularly expensive life.
Body 7. Neon atmospheric landable. Body 6. Neon atmospheric landable.
System scan complete.
All right, one more jump and let's find out.
Frameshift drive charging.
Destination. Dang, this has been a long trip. Let's see what horrors await. I was gonna want to turn on. Can't do that in hyperspace. So white star, pretty intense. I really hope there's a carrier here I can land on. What am I not seeing? Come on. The SCG outbound light. I think this took me to Colonia a long time ago. All right, I hope that they're still open for business. I got a lot of business. All right. First, I'm going to go until we get to about 1,000 light seconds. I'm just going to go as fast as I can. So there's Control Alt G, turns off all the lights. Interesting combination to know. Control Alt G. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I rode the outbound light from the bubble to Colonia very early when I first started playing this game. In fact, there might be videos of me riding the carrier, just watching stellar jumps. Quite a few moons densely aligned, aren't there? All right, so now I'm going to put on cruise. Love how clear that planetary alignment is. It would be abominable if the outbound light just took off. No. I forgot to check it out, but I think earlier at some point today, maybe like just
Body 14D. Meets mapping criteria. Body 14FA. Nested moon. Body 14. Wide ring. Body 14E. Meets mapping criteria. New codex entry. Terraformable water world.
I found a moon that orbited within another planet's ring. I'm pretty sure. I didn't double check though, but I'm almost positive there was a moon orbiting inside a ring. So is this a moon that itself has rings? I don't think I often see that. Or these planets out here. I don't know. That is a planet around the fifth star of this system. It's a beautiful planet. Is it a metal world with an atmosphere? That's a beautiful looking ship. Okay, I forget how to request docking. Shoot. Maybe like this. Okay. Excellent. That ship really is nice looking. I dig it. And this whole environment's beautiful. We landed yet? There we go. Time for some big refuels, big repairs. So restocking repairs my ship. I want to go ahead and from here just sell all my map data and see how much I get to sell. So I'm at 8.7 billion. My cartographic data probably won't give me, I mean, it might be enough to go to 9 billion. It's not going to be billions. What? I don't think that's right. Did I sell 10 pages worth already? Oh, yeah, here we go. So I'm not sure why I had to sell it a page at a time, it seems like. I guess that's all the server wants to process. This will take a while. One page at a time. Oh, I wish I hadn't hit that button. I just want to sell it all. That was a mistake to sell it all. 'Cause you have to sell it all in order to get your name stamped on the stuff. Doesn't usually let me do that. I'm curious if I will be able to make it to 9 billion or not off this map data. I think when I started, I had like 8.7. I don't remember anymore. Seems like my map data is depreciating in value as I go, so probably not going to get there. Might not even make it to 850. Cheapest page of all. Let's just double check. Okay, cool. Anything here? Quite a few ships on this. Oh no, those aren't here. Is this a generic Mandalay or Mandalay Stellar? Let me see what it has. It has the 5A SCO drive. I've never had an SCO drive, so I'm looking forward to it. How do I do this? Mouse. I assume these are all good things. This is a pre-built ship. I'm surprised I even have lasers. But I'm looking forward to it because I've been driving a ship that can only jump 30 light years or less. But also, this ship needs to be renamed, right? So let's see here. How do you rename it? Walk through.
Greetings, Commander.
Greetings, Commander. This is Leah.
Greetings, Commander. This is Celeste.
Greetings, Commander. This is Kareem.
Greetings, Commander.
Greetings, Commander. This is Eden, your cockpit voice assistant, or COVAS, installed to provide systems information.
Greetings, Commander. This is Verity.
Greetings, Commander. This is Eden.
Be
your
indulgent.
cockpit voice
Give it a new
assistant.
voice for me. But how do I change its name? That's what's truly most important. Here we go. But I am so confused. Change name and ID plate. There we go. So ship name instead of Mandalay. About for now, we'll call it hired gun. Hornbeck's flying the hired gun. Is that right? That. Don't know yet. So we'll call it hired gun. Okay. Nothing in here, right? But already redeemed? I don't know what that means. Okay. Maybe I don't have any vehicles equipped. Boy, I'm so glad I checked this out. I'll go ahead and pack two. Because I did lose one. It was pretty terrible losing one. That was a terrible, terrible thing. I would actually prefer to have like a 5A. Really? Like I would rather have a 5 shield instead of a 4D, but I'm not sure. Wow, this is a pretty. What do I do with cargo? Cargo's not that useful for me right now. But it's interesting that there's all these good limpets. I never had one of those. Okay, let's get out of here. By that I mean let's disembark and see what money we can still scrounge out of the Vista Genomics. Get out of these places.
No gravity. Magnetic contact active.
It's funny how much they reduce shenanigans by not letting you jump in here. I hope it's a Vista Genomics. Yes.
Vista Genomics. Can I help you? Ah, a fellow inquisitive mind, I see. Vista strives to learn everything it can about the cosmos.
Nice. So that was like $1.5 billion. Totally lost $3 billion. So I was spot on though
Thank you for
in
your
my
contribution to
estimates
our research.
that I recovered about half of what I lost. But I was thinking if I really wanted to, I could go back through that area pretty quickly now, only getting the high value. Let's see the planet's rings from here. It's not. All right, let's try flying the Mandalay a little bit. I don't think I really need to go double back, but I want to go forward to Beagle Point eventually. Hey, maybe can I buy you a drink? No.
I've got so much time off built up. It's time to cash it in and head out. Got a suggestion.
Bar fight. Hey, there's the rings. Nice.
Indeed.
Looking for something, Commander? So how may I be of service today? If you've got the goods, I've got the credits. Feel free to browse my wares. Is that
Much of
everything?
anything.
All right.
Keep your cargo
That's your
runs
loss.
and bounty hunting.
Okay.
The moment I first bragged in afterwards.
So if you want to be super rich in this game, you get another 10 billion before you buy a carrier. So that way you don't even have to do financial work to pay for the upkeep of your carrier. That's what I've been told. I don't know if I'm gonna do it like that. I'm also not getting a carrier. Yeah, I haven't been to the Mandalay yet, so I'm gonna find out. I haven't even tried flying it. I purchased this one in the store, right, with ARCs. So I don't even. Okay, here's where you get in. I would love to see an animation describing how I get into this thing. There's a door. That makes more sense than the asp. The asp that had a door too, but the door was like way up there. All right, so yeah, let's find out what this thing can do. What? Let's suspect. Hmm. Huh. So this has SCO, but I guess it doesn't let me do much further jump ranges, huh? There's another ship I had in there. I might trade this one out. Let's go back and land real quick. I thought I was definitely going to get a bigger jump range. Maybe I shouldn't take that 30-year jump range for granted. But boy, that makes that 10-year jump range benefit that much better. I'm gonna go check out what I have another asp that I bought for ARCs. The asp explorer. I thought it also might have a really big jump range. So this one has like a 70-year jump range. So we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this one so I can go fast. All right, and then we're also going to make it pretty. This thing has SCO too. Yeah. Taking a second. That's a flag of Maryland right there. I don't know. I'm kind of a sucker for that big noisy pattern. What? Some of these are hilarious. Some of them are hilariously bad. But I kind of like that Maryland look, which is also arguably hilariously bad. Hmm. I'm gonna go with this one. That one's 40,000. Whatever. Has 9 items with it. So, oh, I see. Get a variety of colors. And then crap. Bad as shit. Um, I will say that I expect this one to be a lot easier for me to use. Wait, doesn't this thing have an auto launcher? So this one has a Guardian Friendship booster. I think that makes me have substantially bigger jump ranges. Does this thing really not have? I'm like a little surprised by some of the stuff it doesn't have. It doesn't have an auto dock. I think I'll be able to dock enough with this thing.
Landing gear retracted.
Right. All right, so that's quite the journey. And I lost like 2/3 of what would have been my bio data. So I'm sure not to do what I have done in regards to that, but I was still able to get $1.5 billion. I would have had like 4.5 billion if I had done it more successfully. But that is the breaks. All right, so this is substantially shorter now for me because I can jump twice as far, but I bet I need to get fuel more often for it. So we'll see how well this goes. See some neutron stars in there. If I find that there's a lot of people that have been this way, so it's not new stuff I'm exploring, I'll probably
Frameshift drive
move
charging.
perpendicular to where I am and then do the same plot. Manually, it was 78 light years. Oh yeah, the engineering mod. I have not done any engineering yet, so that's all stuff I need to do. I actually have no idea how you actually earn the Guardian FSD booster because it came with this ship. But when I was looking through the ARC store, I was pretty impressed that it had. Whoa, come on. What's going on? Oh, this thing has totally different fire groups than what I'm used to. Whoa, look how fast I'm refueling. That's crazy. Never done it that fast. Honestly, didn't know you could do that. It's hard to believe I'm still in the ass.
Fuel scooping complete.
Wow. It just blew my mind. That was like 4 times faster than I've ever done it. Okay, and then I gotta figure out fire groups. So we found everything here. That is, this ship is like blowing my mind in lots of little detailed ways. Yeah, this ask is really impressive. I had a pretty good build, but I didn't have any of this Guardian. I didn't have, um, I don't know how they got such a gigantic. I guess everywhere I went to try to get fuel scoops before I left, none of them ever had those giant ones. I don't know how you get such a big fuel scoop. Wow, it's already complete. Like I said, this thing's blowing my mind. All right, let's find some planets.
Body 7A. Parent has high angular diameter from body. Body 6A. Parent has high angular diameter from body.
So again, um, I'm surprised. I don't know if no one's been ever been here or not, but when I was approaching the carrier, I was surprised how the star systems hadn't already been mapped, except for the one that the carrier was already in. Only a few, as I approached the carrier, had been mapped before. I would have thought more than would have been.
Body 4E. Argon atmospheric landable with life.
Life is all worth just 1 million. Of course, I can land. My ship is healthy again. Oh, did I forget the SRV? I might just double back and make sure I have an SRV inside this ship. That would be a big oopsie. Surprised it didn't just come with one.
Body 3CA. Nested moon. Body 3DA. Nested moon.
All right.
Body 8. Helium atmospheric landable.
Let me figure out if I actually have this SRV or not. Might have been a little too quick. There's one. Does it actually have the thing? Don't exactly know how you can tell. God, I'm such a fool. All right, let's go back. We're gonna get an SRV before we go anywhere else. Sorry, to angle myself. What's going on here? You just think it's faster to go that way? Whatever. Look at another star system. And I was also curious, just to make sure that I was the first person that ever came here. Yeah, it does have SEO. I do not have an SRV. Yeah, that is why I'm double backing. So yeah, I think I am the first person that's ever visited here. So that surprises me with that carrier having been there for a while.
Frameshift drive charging.
And yet I'm still consistently the first person to visit the star systems around it. I would have thought they were just exploring the whole time. Oh, this is a neutron star? It looks like. Slow down. Slow down.
Beyond safety limits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Look at that triangle shape. See how I ended up doing a 156 light year jump after just doing 2 jumps in a row. I guess it just automatically routed me to the neutron star that was nearby. Okay, so I'm also, since I'm back, I'm also going to see about getting an auto dock because I prefer to land on space carriers with an auto dock. All right, I don't actually know how to use SCO. I don't think this is an appropriate spot to use it anyway. Yeah, but it says I have it. System ranked. I don't really need 2-3A autofield maintenance in this, but I don't think I'm allowed to just take those things off and claim them. Just needed to reset some of these priorities. yeah, if I'm having trouble, I think in general, I want my engines to still be able to go. That's where are we? Okay, maybe I do need that SCO button. I don't know what it is though. Okay. So I'm going to return back. I'm going to get the SEO. It's also getting pretty late, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But I was glad to wrap up my journey and get the ending down on YouTube. I'm glad. Awesome that Ghost Team here to see it too. So that's cool. But I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a good night.